Good day, YouTube. Today we're going to be discussing my top 10 favorite Milwaukee accessories. So this ranges anywhere from drill bits, step drill bits, PPE, or some of their gloves and glasses, some of the PACKOUT tool organizers and small part organizers, as well as a host of other blades and cutting applications. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and get into the list. All right, making their way in at number 10 on my top 10 Milwaukee accessories is going to be the INKZALL markers. So there's a variety of marker types, tips, colors, and things that Milwaukee has offered. They've got the large chisel tip markers here. These are the chisel tip markers. They're a little bit finer. These are ones that I've only recently come across, so I do like these much better than like the Sharpies and some of the other markers that are out there on the market. It seems like Milwaukee did design them with, you know, the trades and different construction elements in mind. So I do love them for a lot of those reasons. I do use them for marking on like steel products a lot. So a lot of times the steel has that kind of film on it or grit. These markers cut right through that and they leave a lasting mark. You've also got some of their more standard markers. So these come in a variety of colors. You got your standard black, your red, green, and blue. High visibility to say the least. And these are all their fine point markers. All right, coming in at number 9 on my top 10 Milwaukee accessories are going to be their SAWZALL blades. So these are some of their more standardized SAWZALL blades or these are metal cutting SAWZALL blades. They've also got several varieties of the torch SAWZALL blades. So these contain carbide teeth for more rigorous metal cutting. There's also the axe SAWZALL blades, which I've got a pretty banged up one here. It's definitely gone through the paces of cutting some pretty large wood elements, especially outdoors. It handles wood with nails like it's nothing. So these are definitely SAWZALL blades that I like to keep on hand for any variety of uses, whether it's through cutting through metal, wood, or even some concrete in instances. So definitely something that I would always keep around if you are ever finding that you have to do any type of industrious type of cutting applications. All right, making their way in at number 8 are the Milwaukee nut driver set. This is a 6-piece set with 6-inch nut drivers. They are all magnetized, so therefore you can hold on to your fastener much easier. This set comes from 9/16 down to a 1/4 inch nut drivers. So you've got 9/16, a 1/2 inch, 7/16 inch, 3/8, 5/16, and a 1/4 inch, all contained within this 6-piece pack. It also comes in this pretty nifty PACKOUT case. So this case is compatible with many of your PACKOUT toolboxes or tool small parts organizers and things of that nature. The model number for this particular set is 49-66-4567. It is one of their newer offerings from a nut driver set, and it is a SHOCKWAVE impact duty capable set of nut drivers. All right, in at number 7 on the list of top 10 Milwaukee accessories are going to be step drill bits. So I've got 2 different sets here. One has 3 sizes, or 4 sizes, I'm sorry, and the other one has, I believe, 6. So this set comes with the number 1, the number 7, the number 4, and the number 12. And then the larger set comes with the number 7, number 8, number 9, number 4, and number 1, and number 6. I really like the Milwaukee step bit drills just because they are a little bit more beefy on the shank end here compared to some of the other step bits that are out there on the market. If you've ever, used these on any type of metal that might be a little bit thicker than what you're supposed to use them on, you do run the risk of snapping them at the shaft. These, I don't think you'll run into that type of an issue, even if you're using them on, something like 1/4 inch thick steel, which is pretty asinine to say the least. However, sometimes you do got to do what you got to do. So they do offer these in a couple of different variations. So there's the these are the black oxide step drill bits. So basically, I would say these are kind of like the entry level step drill bits that Milwaukee has to offer. They also offer them in some other materials that are much stronger and much more capable than these. I think they have like 3 or 4 different varieties of step drill bits. So there are plenty of options out there for whatever your need might call for. So coming in number 6 on my list of top 10 Milwaukee accessories is going to be PPE. So specifically the hard hat. They've got a full system of bolt hard hats, and then also a bunch of accessories that you can attach on, such as this face shield here. It's a tinted face shield. Also, another thing I love about Milwaukee's PPE are their gloves. I've got several pairs of different types of gloves. I like to call these my OJ gloves because they technically don't fully fit. They're a little tight on me. Also, they're safety glasses. So these are a pair of tinted safety glasses. I've got several pairs of tinted, several pairs of clear. They all provide excellent protection for a wide range of applications. So a lot of times, if you're outside doing some type of work and you're having to look up in the sky, you'll definitely want to have tinted glasses so that you're not, staring directly into bright sunlight. You definitely want, your gloves to protect your hands because these are some of your more important assets. Can't do work without hands, so you definitely want to keep those safe as possible. And then of course your head. These hard hats, like I said, they are continually advancing the hard hats and adding more and more items that you can kind of accessorize with the hard hat. One of the things that I've noticed here lately is they on the pipeline link on MilwaukeeTool.com, they look like they're getting ready to come out with a integrated fan, or a fan that you can attach to the hard hat, so that if you're outside in the elements working in extreme heat, you can at least get a little bit of relief from that heat by way of a fan that attaches towards the back here and clips on to a small battery pack on the side. So that should be hitting the market sometime in the spring or summer. I would imagine just right ahead of the point in the year where it pretty much gets hot everywhere. So number 5 on the list of my top 10 favorite Milwaukee accessories is going to be PACKOUT. So to be completely transparent, I actually don't own a ton of PACKOUT organizers, or I don't own any toolboxes at all. Like I have several of these small parts organizers, as well as several of the slim PACKOUT organizers, such as this guy here. However, I have started to become much more fond of PACKOUT just because of the expanded capabilities and the expandability of the PACKOUT system in general. Like this one, for instance, I've actually got a set of drill bits in one of the PACKOUT cases that fits conveniently down into this slim small parts organizer here. So that's really cool. They've also started to come out and put out a lot of these even smaller small parts organizers. One of the other things that I've really come to love about PACKOUT is, like I said, they keep expanding into newer features and functions. So this here is like a magnetized tray for like I keep my drill bits and things like that in here. They are compatible with the PACKOUT system completely. So if you want to hang something like this, you can just drop it on, and now you've got a hung container on the outside of the PACKOUT. So this works on your wall plates as well as your standard toolboxes or even small parts organizers, whatever it may be. Milwaukee has definitely taken the lead as far as modular tool storage, and it looks like they have no intention of letting up, especially evidenced by some of the recent announcements that they made as far as expanding the PACKOUT line with several other new components. Coming in at number 4 on my top 10 Milwaukee favorite accessories, they're going to be their twist drill bits. So I've got 2 sets here. I've got the titanium, and then I've also got a cobalt set. So these are both pretty high level or high level drill bit sets. Both of them are 29 pieces, so they do give you a pretty wide range and a wide assortment of drill bits that you'll need for pretty much any application. These have the standard shank for pretty much all, your standard chuck drills, and then the titanium SHOCKWAVE version has the 1/4-inch hex shank for your impact driver. So just depending on what your use or need is for them, you get, like I said, both of them are 29 pieces. I use these a lot whenever I'm drilling into tough metal applications and I know I have to get a specific job done. I kind of use this set a little bit more for my general purposes, some wood drilling, and things of that nature, but I think they're both pretty well-rounded for metal drilling if you need to. So they're both pretty multi-purpose types of drill bits. Coming in at number 3 on my list of top 10 favorite Milwaukee accessories are going to be the Hole-Dozer hole saws. These are specific pieces that I came across a few years back when I really first started getting into tools, and they were a complete lifesaver because, as I mentioned before, I do drill holes or create holes in larger, thicker metal, steel to be specific, and if you've ever tried to do that with a step drill bit, I think you quickly realize how much of a hassle, nuisance, and even a danger that can be versus getting getting a good pilot hole drilled with the arbor here, and then you're able to kind of just go in and get that larger size hole plugged out or pulled out if you need to. So these come in a variety of sizes, all the way down to, I want to say my smallest one looks like it's probably about a 3/4 of an inch. I might have something smaller even, but they go all the way up to, I want to say about 6 inches. I don't have a 6-inch version on hand. I do kind of have one of these. This is a 3-inch, so you can, like I said, get very versatile as far as the type of holes and size of holes that you can get into with these hole saws. One of the things that I think is really interesting is that Milwaukee does offer these with a limited lifetime tooth break warranty. I actually don't recall having any of my teeth break off on any of my hole saws thus far, so I haven't had to enact the warranty. Here's one that's pretty well worn and used, and as you can see, all of the teeth are indeed still intact and pretty useful for the most part. There might be a little bit of wear, but they don't tend to chip off like some of the other competitors to Milwaukee out there in the market do. I've used hole saws from a variety of different companies, and I will say that these are easily the longest lasting, most durable hole saws that I've ever used. So they did just come out with a brand new arbor. This is not it. However, it's called a quick lock arbor. So basically you can quickly change out your whatever hole saw you're using on the arbor pretty fluidly and effortlessly. It's just a kind of basically an unlock lock mechanism, and that's all there is to it. Coming in at number 2 on my list of top 10 Milwaukee accessories are going to be their multi-tool blades. This is an 8-pack of blades. It's got a variety of different blades. So I've got the nitrous carbide for extreme metal. You've got the titanium carbide for multi-material, and then a wider multi-material titanium carbide bit or blade, and then wood blades. So the reason why I'm so fond of the Milwaukee multi-tool blades is just because of how durable they are. I have used a multitude of different types of blades from varying manufacturers for varying reasons, and I will say that I think that Milwaukee tends to stand up the longest and best for a variety of applications. You know, I've used, like I said, several other ones, and most of the time you end up with kind of chipped and broken teeth, and you might get a good use out of them, especially when you're doing something with, you know, your metals and whatnot. So I kind of work with these a lot of times when I'm trying to cut some type of metal specific application, and it's, you know, too small for an angle grinder, or, you know, not accessible enough for some of the other types of saws that we would have to cut, where you just kind of have to take your time and use a multi-tool. So these are a fresh set, so I haven't used any of these yet, but I've used hundreds of Milwaukee multi-tool blades over the last 6 or 7 years, and I will say that they are absolutely my favorite multi-tool blade to use versus all the other competitors out there. All right, coming in at number 1 on my top 10 favorite Milwaukee accessories is going to be the top off. The model number for this top off is, if I can find it, 2846-20. So this is actually the first generation top off. It's not the newest one. I'm actually more fond of this version because of the outlet here. So I live in Kentucky, and in the months of March and April, we kind of run into a plethora of thunderstorms and severe weather, so it's not uncommon for us to lose power. And the reason why I've kind of clocked this in as my top favorite tool is because this has actually kept me from having to invest in a generator or even a whole house generator. So just for like $100, I can, keep the family entertained with television. We can plug in lights, things like that. It doesn't power heavy equipment or appliances or things like that. If you've got a nice refrigerator, I would not recommend using this because it can throw off the motherboard in smarter appliances such as a refrigerator. So definitely take heed or take a little bit of precaution as far as what you use these for. But like for a television, or in order to power up your laptop, or even power up your phone to get a quick charge, this thing is absolutely money. So the outlet here is a 120 volt outlet, and then like I said, you got the USB-C, which is a 45 watt port, and then the USB-A, which is a 2.4 amp port. It is capable of 175 continuous watts, so you do get plenty of juice with this. It's got a couple of indicators on there to let you know if it's either overheating or if it's not going to be able to draw enough power or pull enough power for a certain application. It does fit all M18 batteries, so I usually stick them on these HD 12.0s, and that usually gets me several hours of continuous use out of it. In the fall, a lot of times what I do is I'll take a TV outside, as well as a laptop or something like that, or Amazon Fire Stick, hook all that up into one of these on a 12 amp hour battery, and I can pretty much get through 2 full football games on one 12 battery. So if that gives you any indication of the type of power you can expect from this, it is a fabulous tool. Hey, thank you for taking the time to watch today. I hope you were able to get some good information from the top 10 Milwaukee's accessories list here. If you did, please don't hesitate to leave a comment down in the section below. I've also left links to all of the products that we've discussed in this video today, so you can head over to Acme Tools if you need to pick any of those up. Also, you can take some time, or if you have some time, you can check out the other 3 videos in this series. So we did one video on hand tools, one video on plumbing tools, a video on electrician's tools, and of course this one on accessories. So we're just trying to cover pretty much all of the bases as far as some of the more effective and commonly used Milwaukee tools. And I think we did that, but we will probably put out a few more of these with time. So one of the things I would like to take a look at are automotive tools, just because I've really started to beef up that specific area of tooling based on what Milwaukee has put out there into the market. So anyhow, thank you for taking the time to watch, and we will see you on the next one.